We are at the Orlando Northwest Orange Blossom KOA in Apopka, Florida, here on work assignment. It is a Saturday. Today happens to be my birthday. Happy birthday. And although it is my birthday, we have chores to do. We need to dump tanks. We need to do laundry, clean up a little bit. Got to get the laundry done today because I got to put the dryer outside. Tomorrow's going to be pretty much a washout. We got to get all that stuff done today. So let's get into it. From this point on in the day, things just went downhill for me. What I thought were allergies turned into a full-blown sickness of what I have no idea. Fevers, chills, cough, you name it, I felt it. I also did not pick up the camera much as it was just a chore to get through the day. I did manage, however, to get a walking tour of this KOA, so let's get into that. My site is site number 68. As you can see, this is a grassy site. There is no pavement or concrete or anything like that. They do have sites that are fully paved, and they do have some that have a patio off on the side. There is full sewer hookup. As you can see here, I have my sewer out. City water, 50, 30, and 20 amp electrical service. Cable TV hookup. I did not use it, so I don't know what kind of service it has. A Miss May and a Mr. Rupert. They are not included and cost way extra. Picnic table, the bathrooms, and the laundry room. They do have propane sales also on site. Good morning, everyone. Sorry I look like death. I feel like death. I've been sick. I did manage to get a tour of this campground before I got sick, but I didn't get to go and check out anything because I have been sick. Luckily, it's a pretty metropolitan area. There's a lot of pharmacies around the area, so I was able to drug myself up for the past, I think this is like day 5. Starting to feel a little bit better today, so I'm off, thankfully. I did have to work the whole time while I was sick. I think everybody in the office just kind of kept away from me, but I'm sure I picked it up there because when I got there, everybody else was sick, and I'm feeling a little bit better. So I'm doing some laundry, cleaning up, things like that. Nothing major. I'm gonna try and just keep it on the down low. We are supposed to be here until Saturday. The weather is supposed to turn really bad starting tomorrow afternoon-ish. Rain and cold all day Saturday, so I think we're gonna leave tomorrow. I don't think I need to be out hooking this camper up in the rain, in the cold, when I'm not feeling well. So I think we're gonna leave tomorrow, heading back home. Sorry I didn't get to do any kind of fun hikes or anything like that, but I just wasn't feeling good at all. But I will say this, the people behind me, they just left. We were chit-chatting, I think last week or whatever, and I told them that it was my birthday last Saturday. Well, 2 nights ago, they came over, knocked on the door, had me over for dinner, had a birthday cake, had a couple other people from the campground. I thought that was really, really, really sweet. URVers, I hear it all the time that URVers are the nicest bunch of people out there, and that was actually really nice of them to do that. So thank you guys. If you ever watch this, thank you very much. So now I will roll the footage of this tour of the Orlando KOA that I'm at. Hope you enjoy. We are heading on out over to the dog park in our first stop. There's an empty site there. You can see how large they are. Rupert and May are quite happy because they know we are heading to the dog park. There are some of the sites with concrete patios. And some big rig access with back-end sites there. Some pull-through sites, and there's some more pull-through sites. That's that same row. All of those seem to be pull-throughs. And coming up on Camp Canine. Make sure you follow the rules. There is RV storage here on this end of the campground, and although there are no furry friends in here with Rupert and May, there were several times that there were a lot of dogs in here running around, and everybody had a really good time. I also wanted to show you guys my setup for the dogs when I'm working in the office. Don't mind my jeans, I'm doing laundry, and the legs here are just still a little damp. So I just threw them up here to finish drying. If you want to know how I do laundry in the camper while I am traveling, There is a card somewhere up there, and I'll also put a link in the description below on my RV washer and dryer, portable washer and dryer tour. Anywho, these are the dogs' crates. This is the table, or the dinette. I put it down, put a sheet down so they don't make a mess out of it, and the dogs stay in there. There's Miss May. Mr. Rupert is up in the bunk right now. One downside to this campground is it is right next door to a small airport, so you hear planes landing and taking off all day long. Not only do you have to deal with the planes, there's also helicopters flying around. There's Mr. Rupert, always on Daddy's heels. Such a good boy. Coming out of the dog park to the left is where the storage is for RVs, trailers, so on and so forth. On the right is some back in grassy sites. That sidewalk goes all the way over to the bathrooms and the showers. This is an empty site here, a grassy site with 30, 50, and 20 amp. It's site 29. Also has sewer. There's some storage for the tow dollies. Coming around the back here in the curve, this street is the one that goes around the entire campground. Moving into the next loop, to the left is the paved pull-through sites, and to the right are back in grassy sites. I'm trying not to film people that are walking around, so I apologize for the camera angles. There's that sidewalk and a concrete patio. To the left are the pull-through all paved sites, and to the right are back in grassy sites. Same thing in the next loop. All sites have sewer, 30, 50, and 20 amp service and city water. There's my little transcend over there in the distance. The main office. Bathrooms, men's on the left, women on the right. There's the propane to the left. And my little transcend, let me tell you, this thing looked like a little pop tent compared to the fifth wheels and the Class A's in there. Coming around the other side, we're heading now towards the entrance of the campground. There's some pull-through sites there for fifth wheels and Class A's, all paved. A little playground there for the kiddos. Close-up view here of the playground for the kiddos. And off in the distance is the pool. They also have cornhole and shuffleboard. And we had to make a stop here because something smelled really good in this spot. Coming around now, the entrance there is in the distance. To the left are back in grassy sites, and to the right are the pull-through paved sites. And you can see they have concrete patio and a nice little outdoor table. There's the main entrance with the KOA sign. It is next to a busy highway and train tracks. At night, the road noise isn't that bad, and I did not hear a train the entire time I was there. Address for anybody who's looking for it. Coming into the entrance here. This is a really nice park. It is crowded in the winter, so be prepared, and if you are coming down in the winter, probably need to make reservations far in advance. All right, it is a couple weeks later, and I am finally over that sickness, thankfully. I wanted to hit a few points on the Orlando KOA that I stayed at that I did not cover when I was up there. As I said at the end of the video, it is really crowded in the wintertime. So if you are coming down in the winter, you do want to make sure that you make reservations far in advance. That is actually the second time that I've been to this KOA. I went up there in, I believe it was June or July, also for work, and it was empty. There was like 6 people in that park. So if you want to RV in Florida in the summer, this place is a good option. It's about 30 minutes, 45 minutes, depending on traffic, to the theme parks in Orlando, Disney, Universal, all of those good parks. The staff, as well as all of the guests that were there, were super friendly. And although I did not get a tour of the bathrooms or the showers when I was up there, I can tell you that they closed the bathrooms and cleaned them twice a day. They also had daily trash pickup. Now I want to talk to you a little bit about being sick on the road. A couple suggestions that I'm actually going to start following after being sick on this trip is I'm going to stock up on some medicine to keep in the camper. Normal cold stuff, maybe some fever reducers, some cold medicine, things like that. Another suggestion you might want to check, hopefully you'll never have to use it, is check where the closest hospital and or urgent care is to the campground. And for those of you that travel with your pets, you may want to check where the closest vet's office is or emergency clinic. Hopefully you'll never have to use them, but it would be good to know where they are before it's an emergency. And if you happen to be sick on your travel day, let me just tell you, go ahead and add extra time to whatever it is that you have to do before you pull out. I was still pretty sick when we left up there, and what normally takes me 30 minutes to 45 minutes to close up, hitch up, took me 2.5 hours because I had to keep stopping. I was just drained of energy. And if you found this video helpful or entertaining in any way, shape, or form, I encourage you to go ahead and boop that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our RV adventures. And until the next video, we'll see you next time.